Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Medieval True Dead, and welcome back to Medieval 2 Total War, where last time, screw Milan, they're dead, I have killed them, Milan are gone, no more, go over to the diplomacy screen, where's Milan? Oh no, they're missing, they're no longer there, there's no green here apart from the Turks, and, well, it's not a good time to be the Turks either, because the Mongols are going around just burning all of their cities one by one. We've got our spies following them around as best we can, though they're kind of splitting up, which I wasn't really expecting to happen quite this early, so I need more spies up there to keep a close eye on those guys, because they kind of seem to be heading south. And I live south. I like south. So, hopefully, at some point, they decide to, like, you know, turn around and just kind of swing this way through the mountains. They don't realise there's some lovely, nice pickings down here. Ooh, dear, oh dear, that could be bad. We'll keep an eye on them. It's fine for the time being. But yeah, by the time they're done, there's going to be a lot of rebel settlements in this part of the world. I mean, perfect scenario. They come down here, they clear out all this, they basically kill the Egyptians, and then just naff off into Asia Minor towards the Byzantines and Venice. And I basically never see them again. Because that'd be beautiful, because then basically I could just basically go and pick off all these rebel settlements and pick up a huge number of settlements really, really bloody easily. That would be absolutely wonderful, but I suspect it's not going to play that way. But while we were busy, kind of a few other people took advantage of the fact we had our attention elsewhere, which is, tragically, the UN peacekeeping forces from the Moors have, for some reason, decided to attack me. But fortunately, they seem to have brought basically nothing but huge amounts of siege equipment, so that's fine, let them come, let them see if they can actually, like, take a city with nothing but ballista. No, you can't, by the way. And the Russians are attempting to take back Moscow as well, so that's a little bit concerning, but I think we should be able to handle that as well. In both cases, rather than sallying forth, I'd rather let them attack. If they decide they can't be bothered to attack and they're just going to starve me out, then at that point we can attack and we can build up an army to do that. But I think things are under control for now. We're pretty much out of money as well. So broadly, let's see what's going on elsewhere in the world and what the AI is going to do. Because yeah, there's the same turn into a whole bunch of stuff last time. So I think we are indeed under control. How's Alexandria doing, by the way? That is... Ooh... 3 turns away from becoming the first huge city in the Empire, if I recall. But actually, possibly, the first huge city in the world. In fact, let's have a look at potential candidates. No, Rome is in fact a lot. In fact, actually, yeah, Alexandria is always a high-growth city. It's a high-growth city that starts off as a minor city, and I had for ages a bloke with 10 chivalry minding it. So it does make sense logically this will actually be the first huge city in the entire world. So that's pretty bloody cool. Right, let's see what's going on, especially with the French. Because sooner or later, we're going to need to do something about the French, because it concerns me that they're getting too big and powerful. In particular, now they own half of bloody Spain as well. Yeah, they're starting to worry me a little bit here. Quite a bit, in fact. In fact, if we can't take Bern, because I'd like to take Bern, that'd be a nice little strong point between large parts of the French forces and Milan and Genoa on my Hellenics, as well as reunify my empire. It would be a stupidly shaped, but still all-connected empire, and that would be absolutely lovely. Yeah, I can't help but think Bern would be a good thing, but if I can't get Bern, Marseille. If I just went and took Marseille and then was fairly proactive with spies, guarding whichever bridge needed guarding, that might be a good thing to take off the French. At least as Marseille, as a Mediterranean large city, that's making them a lot of money. Some of these cities up here, like Dijon and all their fortresses, they're not going to be making anywhere near as much. If I took Marseille off them, that would be a big economic hit. And I think all of their strength is focused around here with the war in England. So, if I can't take Bern, Marseille could be a good next candidate. Anyway, let's see if in this turn anyone's actually planning to attack, because they could attempt it. To be honest, like at this point they've got so much siege equipment they literally don't have enough people to use the damn stuff. So to be honest, if they build more, that would just be quite frankly weird. Alright, the French army of diplomats. At this point they've got more diplomats than actual bloody armies. Probably more diplomats than bloody... Ooh. Okay, we've been having a chat, are we? Nope, don't want to say anything to me. Fine, I thought they might be looking for peace. Like, it would make sense they would look for peace. To be honest, like, me and them don't have many problems with each other right now, though I do need to watch out. If they swing north, Bruges is not particularly well defended right now. They could cause some real trouble there. It would take me quite a long time to send reinforcements to deal with it. And indeed, just like I was pointing out there, even more troops from Marseille just heading further and further north by the looks of things. They just want to be worrying about the English situation. Meaning they're south which is also their economic heartlands, could be very, very vulnerable indeed. Now, the Imperials, who finally managed to pull together a bit of an army around Nuremberg, because they're still very, very bloody worried. Oh dear. Getting into bloody assassination attempts here. Gonna pull it off? And the answer is... looks like no. Looks like he survived and so did the assassin. Fine. But plenty of spies floating around. That's potentially concerning. If they're spying on my cities, that means they might be thinking about something. Right. Need to watch out for this. Backing off. Yeah, I'm kind of glad I didn't start a war with them. Not just yet. I feel like I've got stuff I need to do first. Not least as if I did actually start a war with them. I think I'd either be at war with, allied with, or looking to become allied with literally everyone in Europe. With the exception of Spain, because no one cares about Spain, because Spain haven't really done anything. And the Venetians look like they're starting to clear out the rebels. Good, good, good. Well done, Venice. Just finish off those bastards. The final remnants of Milan. Right, one of them down. Looks like you've got yourself now a nice path that you can actually use to get down to, yep, the war versus the Byzantines. Plenty of strength there. Byzantines don't really expect to be seeing much from you. Come to have a chat, are you? Hello, what would you like? Anything in particular, or are you just vaguely trying to bribe me but have nowhere near enough money to do it?
We come bearing word for you.
Ooh. This is interesting. Okay. The thing is, their enemies don't really make much sense for me to bother with. Right now, they've got enemies with Venice, who I'm allied with. Turks, I've got no trouble with them. Rebels, fine. Everyone's at war with rebels constantly. And that's not that much money, to be honest. I mean, okay, fine, it's going to be worth 1,000 every 4 turns, but, you know, it's not that great, to be perfectly clear. No, sorry, I just don't see the strategic advantage of me actually doing that. I mean, what I will offer you in response is, if we're willing to do map information for map information, I'd like the map updated, please.
I am afraid I must.
No, instead they're just going to get
today.
fussy and speak about nothing but the Alliance. Fine, sorry, we're not doing it.
Of
Bye.
course, it is your decision.
It is, and I'm honestly not sure why you'd come to me. I mean, I'm not going to betray the Venetians, who I border with, and who I actually have really good relationships with, to join up with you. I just don't really see the advantage to me there whatsoever. That's a shame, but hopefully... Ooh! Oh, excuse me! Oh dear. Right, the Byzantines have decided to come after my flipping merchants. Uh-oh, that's not good at all. If I recall correctly, that's actually... He just took out one of my merchants. Bloody hell, right, okay. I need to be careful here. Oh, and the Russians are actually attacking. We've got one defensive action here. Right, so the Byzantines have sent one merchant down there to flipping take out my guys. So, my forces are attacked by an army of Russia. Beautiful. So we know what he's got already. He's got, yeah, in terms of infantry, 1 damage unit of spear militia, 1 damage unit of archers. If we can just stop them from knocking down the gate or take them out when they actually get up on the ladders, that's it. That's the job done. Like, nothing else can get inside the city, but... Alright, let them do it. No, not AI, please. I'd like to be controlling that myself. Okay, so, as we can see here, they've decided basically, yeah, they're just gonna try and bum rush the gate as best they can. Now, from over there, my reinforcements are going to be coming in. Right now, we've only got these 3 units here. So we know exactly where they're coming in. They're coming into right up, right up, right up, right up, right up. Guys, do we have a problem? Okay, for whatever reason, they're deciding they don't want to do that. But just in case they actually do get through, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move you guys forward in a little skiltrum. And the skiltrum is going to be as close as possible to this here gate. Just hold there and guard that position, because ultimately, that's all these guys have got. These guys can just basically either take the walls, and I think the towers will tear them apart, that's fine. They might be able to knock down the gates. We win this automatically, almost immediately, if we can simply burn down the ram, and then kill the infantry that climbs the ladders. At that point, they have no way of getting inside the city. So I'd say that's all absolutely fine. And what I'm also going to do is I'm just going to draw you up like this over here. So if they basically charge in, then we basically charge them and hit them in the side with a massive, massive strike over there. Right, that should be enough, I'd say, to hold. Although, weirdly, yeah, I can't actually start my troops over here, so I've actually got to move you over to here, and you over to here. So everybody just get in over there. That's fine. And start spitting out those arrows. Lovely. And you are nice and defensive over here. Now, if we're really lucky, this will catch fire. That's what we really, really want right now. These are archers. They're going to try and climb the wall. And that is just not going to work for them at all. Now, they're going to fire at me. Fine. They've got plenty of indirect fire. But my towers are going to do good work back to them as well. My troops are coming in over here. What I need to do immediately is basically get them moving into... I'm just going to move them towards the plaza, like as quickly as possible. That's fine. So just go and go and go. Everyone starts running as quick as you like. Looks like, sadly, they're going to make it to the gate, which is kind of annoying. It's going to make it a little bit more difficult than it should be, but no matter. Yeah, they've actually managed to successfully do that. So they're now basically tossing huge amounts of fire at the walls, and we are now going to take out their archers. That's fine. The archer's going to be absolutely flipping screwed. And these guys are just going to take a fair amount of damage too. So right now, yeah, technically we've killed... Oh, no! It's caught fire! Yes! Yes! Oh, yeah, screw you. That's it. They're done. That's it. That's really lucky. I thought that was in a position where it couldn't anymore. But that's it. They're done. They are completely 100% done at this point. Because all that's left at this point is they need to take the walls via climbing up this ladder. But what they're sending up right now is archers. And these guys, 126. These guys down to 92. These guys have got no defense. We just basically stab them as they come. That's absolutely fine. If it gets into trouble at all, we can basically just charge in more. So at this point, they have no way of cracking open the gate. So this guy can just basically be taken out of that position. You can come over here. And we can deal with that. And these guys are no longer doing anything particularly useful. These guys are starting to do a little bit of a circle, so that's fine. The tower's just going to basically slowly tear them. I mean, you can see the piles of horse corpses starting to pile up here. They're doing their little kind of circles. It looks very pretty, but it's not actually that useful at all. They're doing tiny, tiny amounts of damage to spear militia. You get up here and then basically just start taking out these guys, and understandably, I can appreciate why they wouldn't want to come onto the walls, quite frankly. I can appreciate that very, very nicely indeed. And these guys are eager because they know they've got the wall defense on their side. It looks like... Yep, it looks like Bolslaw Herman's almost here as well. Beautiful. So actually, you know what? You get back outside, actually. Let's get the scouts around the outside of the city here. We might just be able to ram the scouts into the outskirts over here. But as soon as these guys pretty much all collapse, then at that point, the game will pretty much say, you know what, we appreciate we can't win, and that's it. We should probably just give up. But I just want my scouts nearby, because there's a decent chance, I think, that my scouts will be able to ride down some of their lads when they're trying to actually escape after they've realised they can't possibly win. But just look at this. This is just from standing in front of the walls. These are basic, crappy, large town towers, and they're just tearing horses apart. I mean, okay, fine, these are Kazakhs. You don't have great defence, but wall defences, they're good. They're really good. The archers just broke. Beautiful. And you guys are up here. What's actually left? Yeah, those guys are now routing. These guys are now climbing straight back down the ladders again. They don't want to be here anymore. What's actually left at this point? It's... yeah, that's spear militia. And basically the game auto-declares we've won. Because, yeah, basically they've actually run out of anything that can theoretically take the actual city. Because the only units of infantry are actually gone. So we may as well just ride those down. This is why I wanted you over here. Let's just make sure that spear militia goes down. Because if we take away all their infantry, that means they definitely can't come back another day. Because they will have literally nothing to actually take it on. So, guys, in you come. Yeah, if they've got nothing but cavalry, pretty much they'll have no choice. Actually, they could just hire more mercenaries, I suppose. That would be fine. But this will still be an impact on them. If nothing else, a lot of Kazakhs have just died there. So that was a nice, easy defense. I mean, you can see that, like, you know, we've been saying, oh, wall defense is so tough. I think finally we've proved it, actually being ourselves on the... oh, yeah. Just a giant pile of corpses. Guess what's for dinner tonight, lads? Yep, lasagna again. So there we are, nice and simple, to be honest there. 852 men deployed. We lost 46 on the walls, but that's fine. They were just spear militia. We can train them back up right now. In fact, meanwhile, he has lost like half his army, all of the infantry, and a load of horses too. Very, very nice indeed. And as it turns out, we capped a little bit of the infantry. Go on, we'll ransom them back to you. Ransom rejected. Russia couldn't afford 164 florins. Beautiful. And now you're backing off this direction. Well, that's just... you're backing off quite a long way. That was some impressive backing off, I can't deny. That was pretty good. Right, so that should broadly be the Russians taken care of for a while. Because bear in mind, the Russians won't be able to rebuild particularly effectively. Because their entire economy is now one castle. And castles do not produce much money. So they're not going to be in... Oh, they're going in too! In we go, round 2. Let's do this. Now this one's just downright bizarre. It's the Moorish peacekeeping forces showing up here at Corsica with all of the bloody catapults, but particularly ballista, one catapult only in the world, but nothing that's actually like, you know, gonna be able to take the city. But whatever, you know what? Let's let them give it a go. So, spoiler warning, we probably shouldn't actually try and like, you know, hold the walls too much here. Or if we do, we need to be able to move off them really, really bloody quickly because... obviously, they will probably bring forward all of the ballista and start pelting the walls. So, in which case, it might be a bit difficult to keep the towers going. We're probably better off not actually having people on the walls. Actually, maybe we could just keep... Okay, let's keep people who we don't really care about on the walls. Which is you guys. Yeah, actually, you're already there. Fine. You know what, guys? You came for a crusade. Enjoy a bloody crusade, alright? So now we've got a huge number of people from an Islamic faction coming at you. Good luck holding the gatehouse, it's going to be a-okay. Because yeah, if these guys stay here, this wall can't be knocked down. All the other walls can be. So what we probably should do, therefore, is... I'd say holding here is absolutely fine. Holding here is a-okay. We just need to make sure we've got our troops laid out correctly. So all of you just naff off over there for a second. Let's figure out what we want to do here. So we need to have... yeah, just a handful of decent infantry. Just basically off to one side over here. So, Viking Raiders on this side. Over on this side, however, I think what we'd probably be better off doing is saying, if they're going to come in here, where's the best place to put our archers? Because we do have some basic crappy peasant archers. They're not great, but they'll do the job. Who are you? You're Norse archers. I probably don't want you here. If I could just squeeze you, say, up here. Could you squeeze up here or there? Yeah, you know what? Let's put you guys there. And at the first sign of trouble, run away. But we will put archers up on the walls here. So archers and archers. Lovely. So let's just get some archers here just in case they do decide to come forward. It'll be nice to have those archers there. Let's also get ourselves some lovely spearmen in this part of the world. Now what I also want up here, this is maybe a little bit cheeky and ridiculous, but it might just work. But bear in mind, of course, the guy who's running the city is... Can you even fit up here? Gosh darn it, I don't think you can. Yeah, I kind of want my... I want these guys here to basically start pelting. I want to pelt these guys as far as we can. So can we actually... Yeah, we can get them over there. Good. Good, good, good. So we can have... If they decide to basically come in over here, we can basically pelt them with rocks from this side, which would be pretty good. You know what? You, the really damaged guys, you maybe just head up over here and hide over... Yeah, I've forgotten how gorgeous this place was. This place is truly beautiful. Right, you stand over there. Now, that will hopefully be enough to hold these walls, I would say. Just in case it's not, everyone else instead... So that's going to be... Let's just set that as group 1 over there. You guys are the main defense group right there, okay? Lovely. So you guys, you just get all grouped together. And maybe I'll just set one more unit of these guys up here. Yeah, that can be part of the defense group as well. So that's the front door defense group over there. Spot on. Everyone else is going to fall back over here and basically bring the fighting into the city streets if need be. So we've got like you guys over here and you guys right here. Because ultimately, when it comes to it, I don't think these guys can actually basically make it to this... Blimey, just let me put the units where I want you bastards. There we go, that's a bit better. I think if they make it up here and they have to fight one-on-one at the plaza, I don't think they win, because they've got nothing that can actually win that fight. But we'll see if we can knock them down before they even get inside the walls. I suspect we might be able to. Right, so we've got ourselves some archers, some bits and pieces here. You guys, come over here if you'd be so kind. And skirmish mode off for all of you guys, just in case. Now, if they actually kind of manage to get to the walls, though it's a bloody long journey for them, or so, you guys planning to advance? Guys, this is... Like, you actually decided to attack me. Do you remember how you decided to attack me? So this is... There you go! They've decided to bring the ballista and not bother with the siege equipment. Unsurprisingly, to be perfectly honest. What I expect them to do at this point is probably... prioritize the gates. Now, if I had horses, at this point, I would probably just run outside and take them out. Though, actually, Tell you what, I've got spearmen. Potentially, I could just run out with my spearmen and pretty much just try and take these guys. I mean, what are they going to counter with? They've got some camels and whatever. Okay, they've got the heavy infantry, but yeah, potentially I could do that. Now, if you guys are about to all fire, what are you firing at? We need to know what you're firing at, because your range is going to be low because you're on the low ground and your accuracy is not going to be great. And these are tough castle walls, so looks to me like they're going for the walls. Fine. Basically, we just abandon these walls then. These walls are going to take a long time to go down, but once they've taken them down, what are they planning to do at that point? So they're taking out those walls. Let's just see what else they decide to take out, because it's going to take them a lot of ammo to do this, even though they do have a lot of these guys. Looks like they're all shooting over there. Yeah, so all of it's going over there at the minute. Fine. So they're putting a huge amount of fire over onto that wall, but like these ballista bolts are 1% of time. It's going to take them a while to get through. Regardless, you, my Norse archer friends, should get off there. So you guys just come round over to here. You guys just move around to here a bit. And you guys need to basically get over to here. So we're going to abandon this bit of wall right now, just quickly, before it gets up to, I think it's 50%, it starts collapsing properly. So everyone just off this bit of wall. That's fine. Guys, seriously, you don't want to be standing here right now. It's going to go like pear-shaped pretty bloody quickly. So everyone off. Lovely. In comes some more boulders. And I think they're just playing chicken. They're just playing chicken with the Moors right now. Right, so now everyone's come over here. The thing is, even all this flipping artillery, it's only going to be able to do so much. It's only going to be able to make a handful of breaches. This is clearly what they want to do. They want to make a load of breaches, which is fine. That's absolutely fine. So, in which case, let them come. I'm going to move you to about here, if you can, just to basically try and hide behind this tower. Because even if you take out the tower, like, you take out the bit at the top that spits the arrows out, but you don't actually do that much good damage. And you, meanwhile, can just be over to about here-ish. There you go. Ah! My archers have opened fire. Right, what have you guys got a shot at? You got a shot at something, so you claim. Looks like these guys might have just come into range. The frame rate's dying a little bit, because, yeah, this was the most intensive bit of Medieval 2 Total War, when all of a sudden actual kind of walls started collapsing. You often see the frame rate dipping a little bit there. Bear in mind, of course, I have actually modded this game to have higher visual settings that the game actually allows you to have, purely because I like it to look as good as possible, because normally the game kind of gets around having so many units on screen by simply basically kind of having them replaced with little sprites when you get far away. I've modded that out so it's always 3D models, which is a little bit more intensive than the game's expecting, so that's why the frame rate sometimes judders a tiny bit during city siege, especially because the cities are bloody big. Still, that wall is now up to 85% damage. That's fine, because these guys will very soon be running out of ammo, quite frankly. They can maybe make one more breach or take down the gate, but after that, I'm not sure there's much more they can do. Here it comes. This will be the last few. Oh, 100%. This wall section has been... Yep, there it is. I was about to say, it doesn't look like it's been breached, but let's see what they do with that information now they've managed to take that out. Congratulations, you've successfully made a breach. What's your next move? Ah! The next move is, it looks like they want to send their leader straight in there, together with a whole bunch of camel spearmen. Well, that's absolutely 100% flipping fine if they want to do that. I've got spearmen waiting for them, together with heavy infantry, all sorts of stuff. Right, you get over here, and I've got all the archers in the world ready to shoot at anything that gets too close. So, my archers will now get some really nice shots at these camels as they come in. Beautiful. So we've got ourselves, yeah, loads of shots at the camels. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. We've got the towers as well. They may have themselves a breach, but they're going to take quite a few losses as they come up the hill. Yeah, 70. Starting from 80, they're already down to... Yeah, they're going to be at 70 odd before they even make it in. Look at that. Arrows coming from every direction. So many flipping arrows pelting these guys at this point. So the actual infantry's running in. Those guys don't know what to do next. They're basically wanting to make this stick using just this breach. So, good luck to you, because I've got spearmen ready, lads. Right, and also let's just get the Viking raiders in there, just a nice bit of armor piercing. So spearmen will tear these camels apart very, very quickly indeed. They will almost certainly break almost immediately. So straight through there, and we've got some Viking raiders in there as well. So yeah, at this point, it's pretty much just a slaughter of cavalry, because I'm not really sure what they're planning to do at this point. The bodyguard's trying to get in. So there's 41 guys there, so they clearly want to take over this area, but they might be able to win this. They might, but they'll take such huge losses that the reinforcements back at the plaza will never be able to get through them. So You know what? This all works for me, quite frankly. Let's just get this around. We don't really have a good shot, unfortunately. Meanwhile, at this point, what's going on over here? Yeah, all of the siege equipment is just falling back. So probably what's for the best for me is, actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you guys and move you up to here. I'm going to move these guys out of the front gate, round the side, and actually hit those guys in the back. Because these javelin men, these are the only ones that my actual archers can really do much to at the minute. So hit them in the back with some heavy infantry. We might be able to encircle. Yeah, look at that. These guys don't have much in the way of defense. They're not doing much at all right now. So you guys are on the move. In which case, I'd like you to step outside, please. Get outside the city by going out through the gates. These guys are too slow to react to me doing this, so that's fine. And then we've sort of just encircled the people who are invading our city. So out you go. Yep, lovely. Didn't get caught up on anything there. And here we go, here we go, here we go. Straight over to here. Lovely. And now we have got ourselves, you guys, you're going to be absolutely torn to shreds. Like, yeah, down from 70 to 63, and now you're taking them guys with actual axes, and your job is a skirmishing troop. You are not going to have fun doing this whatsoever. More arrows coming in over here to these lads. They're supporting pretty well, but I think they're allowed to do it through the walls. It looks to me like their kind of missiles are passing straight through the walls, but that's fine. We've got superior missiles coming in from above, so I don't think this is going to be a problem at all. But yeah, we will take some damage, because these troops, they will do a lot of damage. Ah, here we go. Good. Some of the camels are already breaking. Good, good. It's like another unit of camels breaking. Now, let's just get on these guys. These guys are now 16. As soon as those guys break, this will not be looking too hot for you at all. Plenty more arch fire coming in here. This is not looking good. Those guys have got nothing they can do anymore. Yeah, this is all looking beautiful, in fact. So you guys can now basically get over here. That is actually, apparently the bodyguard is now fighting to the death. Blimey, and down he goes. Well done, lads. Well flipping done. Nice and easy. So now we can just get around the back of you. You are surely breaking at this point. Your leader's just died, so this isn't going to go very well for you. And then we just need to do whichever one of these guys breaks first. I'm amazed you haven't. You're blatantly not getting in. You should really be running by now, but whatever. I guess it's fine. Guys, just shoot these guys in the back, please. Lovely. Now, question is, what are these guys doing? Are they actually making a run for it yet? No, they're not. Interestingly, the guys here are not actually making a run for it. So, in which case... Yep, there we are. Now we got them both on the run. Beautiful. So, probably at this point, I should just bring up my reserves and we should just go and clear out all of this here siege equipment. Assuming that it's actually not fleeing already. I think it's starting to flee, but it'll be very, very slow. So, probably, I can just get on top of it at this point. So, let's just get all my reserves, get them moving in this sort of a direction. Everyone just head over here, quite frankly. Again, real shame we don't actually have any cavalry with us. If we had a single unit of cavalry, we could start riding this down now. But instead, let's just basically get all our troops heading down the hill and just basically catching up with these guys. So we should be able to take care of this. Admittedly, we will probably, if they decide to stand their ground, take quite significant casualties. Because basically, if all of these guys just turn their fire on these raiders as they come charging down a hill, they'll take a fair bit of damage, but I imagine what they're going to do instead is they're going to be stuck kind of constantly turning around, deciding whether or not they want to fire. No! They're actually pretty confident with what they want to do. They want to open fire! So, yeah, basically, we're going to take some heavy casualties here. We're going to take some heavy casualties. Right, guys, make it over to the ones closest to you as quickly as possible. Luckily, they're... Ooh, that one just missed. Luckily, yeah, they're not that accurate, these siege stuff. It's really not accurate at all. It feels less accurate to me than it did in Rome 1. It's much better at hitting walls, but it's not very good. Oh, you just flipping took out a line of those guys with a flaming bolt there. That's what the flaming bolts do. They can just hit a entire... Okay, maybe just charge. Maybe just charge in, hit these guys. Because the moment you've actually touched them, then the other guys won't be able to fire anymore because they won't fire on their own troops. So now, these should all be fine. So at this point, these guys shouldn't fire anymore. They should charge in and try and fight one-on-one. They actually will do better than you'd expect. A ballista's fine. They can actually defend themselves a little bit competently. But, you know, there's only like 40 of them per unit. And there's 107 of these guys, so they do outnumber them. Albeit they are shaken purely because they're just outnumbered a bit. So it's possible my guys will actually, one of them at least, will break anyway. So you guys can just head over here. Join in with these guys, please. But yeah, at this point, there's still a few more firing. They'll probably turn their attention to this guy over here. No! Some of them are actually trying to fire, damn it. Well done. It's pretty ballsy of you. Fine. Let's just get over here and hit these guys then if we can. Lovely. Charging. Yeah, you see, one of my guys is actually broken just because he was panicked by the indirect fire. So we might be in a bit of a difficult situation right now, which is... Okay, they can't possibly take the city, but I'm not sure I can actually take them either. Just because, yeah, the amount of kind of morale penalties from being hit by artillery is pretty bloody high. So you guys are apparently charging. So, okay, fine, let's just meet these guys in the open field. You managed to miss. In we go. Hopefully these guys will go down pretty quickly. Lovely. And then we've got more coming in. Okay, good. We've got plenty more coming in. You just need to hold, damn it. You need to hold. You need to get round here. You need to get up the back of these guys. You need to get at the back of these guys. You over to here. You over to here. Let's just catch... These guys are broken. Okay. This is suddenly becoming... Okay, but those guys over there are broken. Those guys over there are broken. Just swing in and take out what we can here, damn it. Round here. And then over to here. And then hopefully we can use these guys as shields against this guy's worth of artillery. Everything in the world is weird. Right. Take out these guys. They're trying to fire, so don't let them. So, okay, both of them are fleeing. Some of my guys are fleeing as well. I think we've got the upper hand here. But yeah, this is a really unusual battle that's kind of ended in a way that's odd. Very odd. Right, you guys... Over here. If we can just stop any of them firing, we should be fine. And my guys are recovering, and their guys aren't. So just everybody back over there, please. I think we've now got enough people that are basically going to close the gap just to basically get on top of them. This would have been so much easier with cavalry, by the way. This would have been much easier with cavalry. The moment this battle's over and these guys have been got rid of, I'm buying some cavalry for this settlement. They've broken. That's going to cause you to break almost immediately. And, okay, that should be the job pretty much done at this point. Lovely. And the last few holdouts are over there. Get around the back of them, please. Yep, you. Around the back of here. You. Over to here. And that should be... As soon as this last guy breaks, I think that'll be your lot. If you just want to break in a second, please. Yep, lovely. That's you broken. Oh, no, some of them have managed to regroup, but they've regrouped, separated from their artillery. So there's not much they're going to be able to do about that. Lovely. Right, after all of these bastards, don't anyone else regroup, please. And job flipping done. Beautiful. I'm happy to end that battle. We're not going to be able to run down many more of them because they're going to be more fresh than us. So they can outrun us. End the battle. Yep. Happy with that. Got rid of the bloody UN peacekeeping forces. And by the looks of it there, I think every single one of them just disappeared. So there we are. Both our cities have actually been relieved. Very, very good indeed. And actually, some very odd battles there. Some good battles. I enjoy doing city defences. We should hopefully see a few more. Well, actually, we'll definitely be seeing a few more of them. Whenever the Mongols show up, yeah, those are city defence situations. You don't sally forth against the Mongols unless you really, really enjoy being dead. And we've got ourselves English falling back into their fortress or close by to it. Fine. And yeah, big rebel army, the former army of Milan chilling out in Venetian territory. Hopefully they'll take care of that. Hopefully I don't have to. And it looks like, oh my goodness, is the Portuguese king finally going home? He might be able to get in his boat and go home. That'd be marvellous. Oh, I just saw a Polish army appear there for a second. Hang on, we'll need to keep an eye on that. There he is. Not too far away from Thorn. There's a Polish army there. Need to watch out for him. And we've got ourselves, more Hungarian reinforcements coming in. But not actually going any further by the looks of things. Looks like they're now just kind of chilling out where they are. So that's fine. Just wait for them to rebuild up a really nice big army. And eventually they might be able to take Nuremberg. They've been trying for so long, bless them. I hope they succeed. Oh. Now it's like, oh dear. Yeah. Looks to me like the Mongol forces most definitely splitting up there. One army heading over there. There's some pirates just dealing with Stettin. That's fine, don't care. Stockholm, Merchants Guild. Sure, abso-flipping-lutely. Why not, eh? City rate to upgrade Jerusalem to a... Okay, that's just a large, not a huge. That's fine. And we've got 11,000 in the kitty. Good. The economy's looking in decent shape, albeit it needs to support a very large number of troops. Ooh! Okay. Just when I thought Portugal couldn't get any stupider, they've attacked Scotland. Poor little Scotland. What's Scotland ever done to you? How? How have you attacked Scotland? Poor Scotland. Scotland, let's have a look. See, yeah, they never took Inverness. To this day, Scotland is a single territory just up here in Edinburgh with one unit garrison, so presumably the others are just chilling out somewhere else, and one port. It's a large city with a shipwright, so... fine. We've never even gone and spoken to them because they've never actually managed to get a diplomat onto the continent. Their diplomat, presumably their starting diplomat, is just stuck near Edinburgh. I should probably send a ship over there just to drop a diplomat over just to say hello. Just, you know, would be nice to get to know them a little bit and still... Oh no! Portugal's done it! They've done the stupid thing they often do. They've gone and taken Ireland. Now, you're probably wondering why Portugal, whose other two possessions are here and here, have gone and taken Ireland by conquering Dublin. The reason is because there's clearly just something wrong in the game code that was never fixed, and I've never found any mods that try and fix it, but Portugal is just nuts, and will universally, like, basically try and head north and take Wales, or the flipping English fortress here, or flipping Ireland, or God only knows. Portugal's just weird. They're just absolutely nuts. I just write stuff to a mad leader. But they've actually done it. They've gone and taken Ireland off the rebels. And it's quite possible they've just marched over land, because land troops are allowed to cross those little green arrows. And they've just marched into Scotland and now declared war on the Scottish by taking out their army in a land battle. That's entirely flipping possible. I've no bloody clue. It entirely could be the case. Right, and Genoa's ready to upgrade to a... Ooh, huge. No, we can't afford that. Well, we could. We're busy with the warehousing, so let's not worry about that for now. But bear in mind, there's more and more cities that need actual proper big upgrades right now. Right, faction announcements. Nothing major. Einstein-Kilson apparently picked up an overseer. That is really, really weirdly insignificant. And Moscow is indeed relieved. Beautiful. What I should probably do, by the way, is, yeah, you, my good man, Bolslaw the Merciless, you should probably head over in this direction and just build us some flipping watchtowers, because right now we're a little bit low on the old visibility. So just basically, I'm just going to send him along here. I'm going to have him build watchtowers right up to the edge of our territory up here, just so we'll always see it coming if it's coming from this direction. Now, we should probably do the same with... Do you even need to be... You're not really contributing much, are you? No, to be honest, you're not. So you, get out of Moscow and probably start heading south and just, again, lay a whole bunch of watchtowers around. I just kind of want the border with Russia well viewed, just in case anything bad happens around there. So we should be alright. And yeah, there was... Polish army. Right, Polish army, not huge but not insignificant. If it heads north towards Riga... That's a concern. If it heads over towards Thorn, we can easily handle it there. So, let's just keep retraining some troops around Thorn here. Lovely. Oh, Thorn. We can do so much here. It's beautiful. So, 6,000 right now, and it's growing at 4% a turn because Magnus is helping it grow. That's fine. I wouldn't mind that place being a citadel sooner rather than later. Baron Stables doesn't contribute much. Archer Range doesn't contribute much. Let's just get it growing a bit more and also get the money in. That'll be absolutely fine. Now, does Prague... Oh, yeah, and you get back in the city if you'd be so kind. Now, do Prague or Breslau, any of our new acquisitions, need anything? Brothel wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, so I could train some extra spies down in that bit of the world. That would certainly help out. Breslau is 6,000, and thus will actually be growing in the not too distant future. Up to 4.5% growth because of his chivalry. Very, very nice indeed. Let's just get these guys... I think we can just re-armour them, I think is what we're doing right now. But I'll get these mercenary crossbowmen back up to strength at least. That'll be good. And sure, again, crop rotation. Invest in farming whenever you can. That growth rate is always welcome. Okay, how safe am I right now? How safe am I from this massive Imperial force right here? It's big, but it's a pretty crappy force. It'll struggle to get over the walls if I just leave a decent-sized garrison in place. I think the Marseille plan is a good plan. We've got flipping catapults ready to go. We've got you. You're pretty damn good. We've got you here. Oh, yeah, you're a crusader. You're helping Genoa grow really, really fast. In fact, actually, you're a superb administrator, so you're doing a good job right here. You, my good man, over in Milan, I think you should actually head on your way, because you are actually a wall taker. This is kind of part of your job. Very, very nice indeed. The only question is what's actually here in Marseille. Right now, we don't know. I'm going to train myself a... Do I want to train myself a spy? I've actually got a spy over here already. Yes. I'm just going to bring the spy... Ooh. Someone is in this city that's making it hard to spy on. So I'm just going to move this guy over here. Let's have a look, see. So, we've got... Ooh, that's the starting general. He's literally never left that city in his life, I'm guessing. So, dismounted feudal knights. We need something that can take out some really, really heavily armoured lads and some crossbow militia up on the walls. tough, but not unbeatable by any stretch of the imagination. All we're going to need is, let's merge you two together into one decent unit of actual heavy infantry, in terms of the spearmen. Take the crossbows as well. Let's also just take myself the battered cavalry. I think the battered cavalry actually needs to head south to be retrained over there. Anything else needs retraining that can be retrained? No, to be honest, not much. I think you can stay up here for retraining. Yeah, that unit can just stay up here for retraining. That's fine. But other than that, we don't actually have a huge amount here, to be perfectly honest. This isn't great, is it? No. Let's just merge you two together into one unit that's at least semi-decent. We'll take you three as cavalry. We'll take the catapults. I'll take the Norse archers together with a whole bunch of you. May as well take the Great Cross. If we're taking the catapults, the Great Cross may as well come too. Screw it, why not? And a few of you guys. All of you head south. Okay, down in this direction. It's not a great force, but it'll do. We're going to need to train some more to back it up. In here, we can retrain the Merchant Cavalry Militia. Over here, we can actually train our first Sword Staff Militia, and these guys are damn good, so we absolutely should do that thing, yes. We've also got, we've got an abbey here. Norse War Clerics. They're great, but it's going to take a while. Yeah, because we've got an abbey, that means in time we'll be able to train the War Clerics here. We haven't really seen them much, but they are really damn good. They're kind of like Huskars, except you can train them in cities rather than castles. So, the actual mounted Huskars, I mean, not the dismounted ones. But yeah, they're kind of very similar, in fact, except they've got a bit of a high upkeep on them, but they are fun. So let's just get some more crossbowmen as well. And down here, probably we just want some more... Yeah, more crossbows. More crossbows, because crossbows will do a good job taking out those dismounted field lines if you can just get them surrounded and pinned. That'll be a good way of dealing with that. Yeah. This force here, with some reinforcements and potentially a few mercenaries tossed in as well, will be able to, and actually I will give them some mercenaries. They'll be able to, oh, no, I've picked up a mercenary captain as well. That's nice. They'll do a good job taking out Marseille, I think. Assuming the French don't see it coming. If they don't... That'll be fine. So you picked up the mercenary captain. Anything else? Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is all looking good, I'd say. I think I just saw over here, we've got... Oh, there they are. There's the Norse axemen. And we can get them in partial plate sooner or later. Oh, sexy, sexy, sexy. Now, unfortunately, the Egyptians seem to have realised what I was planning, which is Damascus is now pretty much armoured to the hilt. Aleppo, meanwhile, looking very vulnerable. All things, albeit they've probably got this army coming in to deal with that. I mean, it's not that bad. Lots of this stuff is pretty flimsy, but I don't really want to spend a lot of strength and time taking it when the Mongols might already be on their flipping way. Speaking of which, you go and join back up with them while... Where's the other guy? There you are. You head over to this city, because I'm pretty sure one of their armies was heading in this direction. I mean, I would just love to go and take Antioch. It's there, it's incredibly valuable, it's just a beautiful thing in general. If I could... is it worth it? Is it worth it? That's a large town I can't be bothered with. I could try and take Aleppo. If I could take Aleppo, then make peace with the Egyptians, that'd probably be enough. Except just expanding north right now is a really bad idea. Not that I've got a better idea what they're actually doing. Taking Antioch's worth so much, though. It's worth so flipping much, and it's not even that guarded. Like, it'll pay for itself so quickly. Yeah, okay, screw it, I'm going. We're going up to Antioch. The king, the crusader, can stay in Jerusalem, because that's the appropriate place for him. But the rest of you, you're heading north to knock over Antioch. And after that, you can probably sweep over and just knock over Aleppo as well. It'll be fine. So, all of you, take the siege equipment with you. It looks like you can actually carry that around with you pretty easily. Take pretty much everything, to be honest. You may as well just take large parts of it. We'll just leave a handful of stuff here. But basically, head up here, drop yourself a watchtower. Next turn, Antioch's going to be ours. Beautiful. That'll do, I'd say. Yeah, that'll be fine. Maybe just in case they get stupid ideas, I'll train one unit of Norse archers here. Just as a little bit more defending this area. If need be, I can move some extra troops up from Gaza, it'll be fine. Remember, Acre's only got a leather tanner. Gaza will very shortly have an armourer. So the troops need to pass through Gaza if they want the good stuff. Meanwhile... Got some new exotics to trade with us, perhaps. So, the Byzantines have sent a 9 out of 10 merchant to basically snipe off my merchants. Ready to trade. This merchant's only 7 out of 10. Okay, we're going to need to try something different to get rid of that merchant. We're going to need assassins, and right now, there's no inn here. Please tell me there's an inn in Cairo, otherwise this is going to be... Yes, there is. Okay, but I can't quite afford an assassin. I may need to assassinate that guy. Hopefully, he's satisfied just trading those spices without picking me off, because... yeah, after all of that lovely trading I've done, finally it's kind of all been turned against me. A better trader's turned up. It's putting my merchants out of business. What a bastard. Also, if I recall correctly, I think I saw one... Yep, there's a heretic there. Let's just quickly knock him down. Beautiful. That'll hopefully get you to if you weren't already. 10 out of 10. Marvellous. Actually, I've got a 9 out of 10 guy right up here. I think I sent him north to deal with this. So he's trading for 450 right now. He could trade for... This is worth 300, and that's 375. Fine. So potentially what we need to do anyway, if those guys get picked off, that's fine. I think they're getting a bit old anyway. So this guy, yeah, he's 47. He won't be around for too much longer. Possibly should just train up new merchants and just basically try and hold out Antioch. And then seize Aleppo, seize Adana right here. And then, yeah, then I'll have 2 good castles up here. Then maybe I could even just flipping make peace. Let's actually just go and have a chat with the Egyptians. Let's see what their priorities are right now. We don't know what their priority is. A ceasefire would be very demanding, apparently. I don't think that's true, quite frankly, because... What have they got left? I think they're down to... Let's just double check, actually, with the charts. Egypt. Yeah, you're not looking great, are you? You're not looking great. Military ranking is down. Oppression ranking is non-existent. Territorial rank... Ooh. Okay, that's interesting. According to this, they still have... Where's the 3rd territory? Because that definitely wasn't 2. They don't own Jeddah. They don't own any of this up here. That's still Byzantine. That's Venetian. Okay. Where's your 3rd territory? What have you flipping got hidden away from me somewhere? Wait, really? Where? Well, not up there. They haven't gone up here. That's Poland. That's all Turkey. I've no clue. That definitely, like, if that's 6, then that can't possibly be, like, 2. That has to be 3 right there. That's right in the middle. Because it's the same level they started at, and that's, yeah, because Scotland, we know for a fact, has 1, and they're like 1, 2, 3. They've got 3. Where's the 3rd? No, seriously, where is the 3rd? Where could it possibly be? I've taken Dongola off them. They definitely don't have that. They don't have Jeddah. There's nowhere left for it. There's nothing here, because this is all Jeddah. This whole area is just Jeddah. Okay, I'm really confused. I've no idea where this... If you think you know what that is, let me know in the comments, because I genuinely am confused where the 3rd Egyptian territory would be at this point. Huh, alright, fine, whatever. Still, that force ready to start heading towards Marseille, new troops in production in Genoa and Milan. Metz, growing its mining right now, probably has enough troops to stand up for the time being, that's okay. No sign of attack from the Imperials. Imperials, meanwhile, yeah, they're just still fortifying around Nuremberg because they're worried about the Hungarians, and so they bloody should be. There's a lot of Hungarians who really, really want to take a city. Though they might just swing south and take Innsbruck. Like, that would probably be easier. Just, like, ignore Nuremberg, just head to Innsbruck. That'd be great. I really wish these guys would ally with me, by the way. I don't know why they won't, quite frankly. I mean, is it just because, once again, potentially our relationship with them is too low? Yeah, relations very poor. We possibly need to help them out a bit more. Maybe if I was... Actually, I was about to say maybe if I was enemies with the Holy Roman Empire, but then I know that can't necessarily be true because I share enemies with England and they're not even willing to consider it for whatever reason. Though speaking of England, let's just have another chat with them. Nope, still not interested. You know what, guys? Any money I've got left over, pocket change, is now a gift to you. Yes, indeed, I have just given you 100 florins. Aren't I just bloody lovely? Right, and then maybe go home to your new capital in Dublin, the Portuguese Empire of Ireland. Just bloody hell, Portugal. Portugal in this game is mad. Right, and, ooh, apparently Bruges and Antwerp could do with some improvements, and I could probably do with giving them some actual stuff. Yeah, you are... Is Bruges up to... Hang on, Bruges is just a large town. Yeah, Bruges. Maybe at some point I should just make Bruges into a castle. That might be safer. Like, I'm really worried that sooner or later these forces are heading up here, but I'm more interested in the possibility that all these forces are gathering here for a new assault on the English fortress. So,
You are not my liege.
that's kind of terrible.
I will
This
only address
is
you in battle.
a little bit better. And this final force
Come and
is
fight me, you coward.
okay. Yeah, between them, they've actually got a decent force there. They've actually got a chance. Again, once more, the pendulum has swung back the other way. England had an opportunity to take over. Ooh, is that a... Oh, it's a citadel. They've got... That might be the first citadel on the map. The French have got a citadel. Well, that's pretty much... That's broadly untakeable then. No one's having that off them. Citadels are very, very tough. 3 bloody concentric rings of defences. Yeah, that's not going to get taken by anyone. That thing's bloody impenetrable. But yeah, the English had a chance. They could have taken it, but they missed the opportunity. Now it feels like the French have managed to get all their armies together, and they're throwing them here. But if that's what they're doing, then this is exactly the right moment for me to attack Marseille. Yeah, spot on. Lovely. Oh, meanwhile, the Venetians did indeed successfully take back the town they were fighting over. So this here war carries on down here. Who knows, maybe their next actual target will be over here in Thessalonica. If it is, that's some large walls to get through, but can't be denied, there's basically no garrison here. If they can just take Thessalonica, that means their next target's flipping Constantinople itself, but that's huge walls and a decent garrison, so that will be a little bit tricky for them, it must be said. Still... Life's not looking great for the Byzantines. Like, it was looking good for a while, but now they've lost a lot of stuff over here. They failed to take the Turkish capital, and that Turkish army, well, I'd normally say they were going to go get some revenge, but I think Turkey's got bigger problems right now, to be honest. On to the next turn we go. Beautiful. So, the French diplomats keep pottering about. Now, are the French actually going to push in? Now, they've got more flipping troops abandoning Marseille. Okay, good. Some of the army is backing off. Small force, nothing too worrying to be honest. More merchants just wandering around, nothing to worry about there. More flipping merchants. Come on, let's see what you can do with the main army, please. No. Backing off. Or at least part of it's backing off. If the other bit moves in on its own, it's not going to do that well. I don't think that can win. Spy heading over there, possibly to go and keep an eye on the Spanish, perhaps? That would be the logical way they were going, just kind of heading through the Pyrenees towards the Spanish. Though, honestly, what are the Spanish going to do at this point? Not much, really. I'm not sure what they can do. French spies moving in. Yeah, not quite the aggressive activity I was expecting. More troops heading north. And yes, more heading north too. Yeah, basically everything's just pouring north. That was an Imperial assassin I saw in my territory. Need to watch out for him, potentially. Get my own assassins trained so I can start picking off their assassins. And, oh! Oh, gosh darn it! Boo! Oh, they finally took... Burn, bastards. Right, okay. Well, that's fine. I suppose better the Imperials than the French. If I can't have it, I'd rather the Imperials had it than the French had it. And I'm sure we'll have it off them at some point. Because it feels to me like the Imperials are pretty flimsy at the minute. Like... There's a lot of their cities that are not well guarded right now, so if the Hungarians just keep bleeding them dry, sooner or later, excuse me, I appreciate that you have territory in Northern Italy, but you don't just get to march through my territory to get there, thank you very bloody much. And Venetian's coming for a chat, but honestly it doesn't really mean much for the most part. Anything you guys got to say? Nope, nothing by the looks of things, fine. Oh, more flipping guys showing up here there. I just saw some Russians passing by for a second. Might be able to use just an agent to get a look at them. Oh, the Moors! The Moors are coming. If you've come to beg for peace, you're going to have to pay for it, alright? You're paying for this peace. Oh, I see. You want peace, do you? You want peace. Very generous. Yeah, you know what? They've got some wealth. They have a small amount of wealth, alright? If they want peace, they're going to have to pay for it. So I want regular tribute, just a small regular tribute. Just, I'd say... 200 a go for 10 turns. Yeah, that's nice. That's balanced. Okay, fine. The Sultan won't accept this. Oh, this is going to be one of those stupid situations where they're just going to absolutely refuse. Oh, now you're annoyed. You know what? Fine. You can have your stupid peace.
Very well. There is merit in your suggestion.
Oh, merit in my suggestion that I just put to you. How would you like to get back to trading, by the way?
There is no honor in forcing the Sultan's hand like this, infidel.
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty of honor. By the way, I want some map information. Let's update our maps, please. Nope, not willing to do that. Fine. Oh, right, fine. So the Moors are no longer attacking me. That'll do. Ah, back to the English. Now, what's your plan? Because... Oh! Facing off against each other, but not quite ready to begin the battle. But yeah, they're fronting up to each other. This is still nasty here. There's more flipping Portuguese yet. Oh no, Portugal. Okay, good. Portugal didn't do anything stupid for once. Now, the Polish have been pretty quiet for a while. We haven't really seen much from them. But that army over there, directly to the east of Thorn. Ah, good. Not heading towards Riga. Probably heading to kind of reunify with the rest of the forces. Because right now, the Polish have pretty much gathered all of their remaining strength outside their capital. So, not too surprised. Oh, Hungary, please be offering me an alliance. Please. Oh, boo! Offer me an alliance, you bastards. I'll say yes. And in go the Hungarians again. It never ends. It never flipping ends. Go on, guys. I believe in you. You can take Nuremberg this time. And the Mongols are indeed heading south again. You'll notice this a lot, like, they're often very indecisive. They just kind of wander around not sure really where to go. And at this early point, when they've only just arrived, they move around very slowly because there's no roads. Once they actually hit more established civilization and they've got roads they can run on, they'll start moving around a lot more quickly. And very conveniently in Thorn, St. John's Minor Chapter House. I will gladly have that, because I think I do indeed have some St. John's Knights that need retraining. So that is just flipping perfect. Anything else we've got here? Diplomatic information. France and Scotland are allies. Well, that is historically accurate. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's this about England and France not being at war? No, I'm not keen on that. No. No, no, no. England. England, I'm not having this. What are you doing? Oh, dear. Right. That means the French are no longer paying all of their attention to the English. If that happens, then that means they could start paying all their attention to, say, Bruges. And Bruges is not ready for that. Bruges is not ready for that in the flipping slightest. Oh dear. Right, this is a concern. Well, on the plus side, Steve Stenger's picked up some really good quality armor, so +4 to his hit points. Marvellous. That's good indeed. Oh yeah, he's just chilling out in Gaza. I should move him up, shouldn't I? Yeah, I should get him moving pretty darn soon, in fact, because Acre, I need to get them to 9,000. So you should come up here with all of these troops and just get them up to Acre, yeah. Just get them up there as quick as you like. You move up to Acre. That'll be perfect. Something else is growing, isn't it? Bloody Hamburg. Hamburg up to large city. That's fine. We're just building a shipyard there right now. There's no rush for that. And if I recall correctly, actually, I don't think I actually bothered to do. Yeah, I need to actually retrain the troops here. Really need to retrain these troops. Right, we can probably... Some of these guys have been pretty badly battered, to be perfectly honest. Let's just make a couple of full-strength units out of that, and that's fine. Yeah, some of these guys are really badly injured. In fact, just start merging a few of them together. Come on, merge. There you go. But yeah, I need some better stuff here. I need a proper practice range, I think. So, proper practice range. Repair the walls. In fact, actually, do that first thing first, please. Then a proper practice range. Then get you guys fixed up, please. And then 1 unit of cavalry. Yep, like I said, let's get some basic cavalry there just in case they come back again in future. I mean, the Moors right now we're at peace, but with them gone, it's possible the Sicilians will now finally come and have a bloody go. Meanwhile, the army that's attacking Marseille moves down to the border. And Marseille has even less in it now than it did a minute ago. Beautiful. So we've got, oh, sword staff. Good old sword staff militia. Lovely. Absolutely love those bastards. Yeah, we've got some stuff we can help out with here. You guys, just go and join up with this force right here. That will be enough. If indeed it is just nothing but this general and this mad feudal knight, that should be enough to take Marseille. And then we just prepare, because the French will be coming back. As for Bruges, what do we even have at Bruges right now? Bruges basically has nothing. It's not contributing anything, and it's not going to contribute for a while. Honestly, yeah, because like it's going to take quite a few turns for it to grow to 6,000, then 3 turns to become a minor city, then the Merchant's Wharf would need to be built, then paved roads, but financially I think we're okay. I'm more concerned about the fact we've got a war with France where we don't have a proper hard border. I'm doing it. I'm going to convert Bruges to a castle. So, in honour of that, we're changing the name. We're now converting it into Iron Bruges, the neighbour of Pesantwerp. And it shall keep Pesantwerp safe. The peasants of Pesantwerp shall sleep safely in their beds, knowing that Iron Bruges will always protect them. Beautiful. Much, much better. Yeah, with Iron Bruges and Metz over here, I think we've got a much better defensive line against the French. Because the French have a lot of cities, not that many castles. And the castle they do have, Citadel over here, they've got 2 more castles over here. Over here, it's mainly towns. So that kind of gives us a bit of an advantage. So I'm pretty happy with that. Meanwhile, over here at Pesantwerp, which will now be a lot safer. So I think everything should be okay there. Probably just need to... Blimey, there's like nothing here whatsoever, is there? There's really not much there. I think we should probably build an inn. An inn so we can get assassins trained in this part of the world would be very, very sensible indeed. And over in Stockholm, we can get some roads built, which makes a nice little bit of difference there. Beautiful. Even though, honestly, it's literally training with Oslo, it'd still be a nice extra 100 turn. That'll pay for itself pretty bloody quickly. Because Stockholm and Oslo are finally starting to pay for themselves pretty nicely up there. Very, very good indeed. And I'm pretty sure I know for a fact there's some Russians in these here woods, so I've got to be a bit careful of them. I'm just going to get you down and back safely in Lasagna. We might go and explore those woods soon. Meanwhile, Bolslaw the Merciless, with just some scout friends, just head over in this direction. Where's the end of our territory? Well, technically, we've got some right flipping here. This is a good spot for a watchtower. Spot on, lovely. We've finally got some good visibility of this part of the world. Over here, meanwhile, yes indeed. The income of this settlement is only 1,183. That's all the Russians have got. They are literally paying for their entire empire with that. So, you know, given generals' bodyguards themselves don't come free, I suspect they're going to struggle to pretty much ever build anything ever again. The Russian threat has been, hopefully, pretty much taken care of at this point. I'm just going to send a spy down here to have a look-see. Yeah, there's nothing particularly dangerous here at Sarkel either. So, I'd say, life looking good. You keep heading north, by the way. We need to make absolutely sure we've always got eyes on this here horde. And tragically, I don't think we can quite make it to Antioch this turn, which is a real bloody shame. Yeah, because of the siege equipment, we cannot quite make it. So, that's annoying, but honestly doesn't really matter very much. Like, if I attacked them this turn without the siege equipment, and then I'd have to wait for one turn, or I could just wait till next turn and then attack with the siege equipment. So, really much for muchness. Actually, you know what? That does make sense. I should probably just go now with the rest of it, because then, as a result, basically just have all of it apart from the siege equipment. Then get over here this turn, and there we are. Now I can actually build some proper siege equipment. As a result, is that enough? Yep, plenty there. You come over here and... Actually, can you merge by any chance? No, not quite. But yeah, now I'll have rams and ladders and also the artillery. So that will be much better anyway. So that is good. So, Antioch falling into our hands. Need to figure out what we're going to do with the Egyptians. What the Mongol horde is doing next. Because soon it's going to pick a direction. And when it actually hits a road network, it'll start following it and murdering everything along it. Together with figuring out what are we going to do with Marseille. The attack on Marseille, are the French going to see it coming? More importantly, with peace between England and France, boo, that means potentially Bruges is going to start coming under threat, or Metz too, which is why we need Iron Bruges to be ready sooner rather than later. Because I suspect this big French army here is heading in my direction at some point soon. So all that's to come soon, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been many a true nerd, and this has been Medieval 2 Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye. You know, I really hope we've agreed open borders with Japan, by the way. Otherwise, they have basically just invaded. I may have picked the wrong fight over... Yep. And my cities, of course, have got even more flipping high-tech, though mysteriously still completely dependent on, you know, an aqueduct. Now, I'm not saying your entire army is mostly already dead, but it kind of actually is.